Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in. Today, we are going to talk about email. So, coders will communicate with a variety of audiences through email, and our vocabulary word is also email. All right, so let's talk about the importance of communication. Being able to communicate in different ways to different people is a skill that will help you achieve success academically and professionally. All right, so before we move on, pause the video and think about what tools you would use to communicate with these different audiences. So we have 5 different people who may be in your life, maybe a parent or guardian that you want to tell something about your report card, your best friend about a TV show that you love, your crush about a funny joke, your teacher about a missing homework assignment, or sending a project to your employer. So what kind of tool would you use to communicate with each one of these people? Okay, welcome back. So email is short for electronic mail. It lets you send mail through the internet. Effective email communication is essential as you apply to colleges, internships, and jobs. Once you get into any of these arenas, you'll be using email on a daily basis. So if you ask someone who's been through any of those processes, they will tell you they email all the time. So why use email? So you can use email to ask questions, respond to other people's requests, thank people who have helped you, send in completed work, schedule meetings, make formal requests, or share updates to specific people. So you can use it to do all of these things. All right, so there are good emails and there are also bad emails. So pause the video and think about this. What makes an email good or bad? Welcome back. Yes, we are going to talk about that. So email etiquette, one thing you need to think about is being timely. You need to communicate in a timely manner. So check your email every day and respond in 48 hours or sooner. Think about this. How many days is 48 hours? You're right. It's 2 days. So respond within 2 days. You can also get email on your cell phone, so you don't have to log into a computer or a laptop to check your email. And the reason why you should do this is so that you can keep up to date with any opportunities that may have been sent your way. Another email etiquette tip is be professional. So you need to make sure your email address is professional. Your email address should be codenationqd3@gmail.com. And a way to test for this is if you giggle while saying your email address, it's probably not professional. So use professional language, use business language, spell check, punctuation, formatting, and avoid abbreviations in your email. So just like you think about all of these things when you're writing an essay for school, you're going to think about being professional in the emails that you're sending to potential employers, to colleges, to other adults in your life. And then once you've written out your whole email and you've used all of these tips, reread it. Because once you hit send, there's no turning back. So you need to reread your email to make sure that you have used good punctuation, formatting, you've used spell check, and that there are no errors. Why? Well, if someone sees your email address isn't professional or that there are errors in your writing, they may assume that you're not taking the opportunity seriously. So they might think that you just rushed to send it out and that you're not really interested in the opportunity, even if you are. All right, lightning question. What's wrong here? I'll give you a moment to look at this email. So if you said Ellen's email address was unprofessional, that is correct. So again, remember yours is easy to remember and that it's professional. Why? Your email address is sometimes your contact information. So if someone has an email address, the goat 415, who does it belong to, right? But if they see an email address like the one on the right, watkins.ellen@gmail.com. Now the person knows that this email is from Ellen Watkins. All right. Also, if you notice the subject line was a little bit confusing in the first email example, then you are correct. In the first version, it says, hey, but how is Grace supposed to know what Ellen wants? In the second version, Ellen says, need help with yesterday's homework. So now Grace knows what Ellen needs when she opens the email. So subject lines should help the reader. It helps clarify what your message is about. And it also might help the reader prioritize your email. So if Grace sees that you need help with yesterday's homework, and Grace knows that you need to finish the homework in order to work on the project later in the week, Grace might look at your email a little faster than if it just said, hey. Another lightning question. What's wrong here? So you need to have a greeting in your email address. You can have a greeting like dear, and then a closing like sincerely with your name. An email should mimic a written letter. So in this first example, it just says, Grace, I need your help. But you should start your email with something like, Dear Grace, comma, I hope you're having a good day. All right, here's another question. What's wrong here? Again, feel free to pause the video if you need more time to read through these emails. All right, so capitalization. Why? You need to avoid caps because caps usually means you are screaming. No one likes to be yelled at, especially in an email. So let's read this email aloud. Dear Grace, I hope you're having a good day. I need your help. I don't understand the homework. Please help me. Right? So you see how the cap tells Grace that Ellen is screaming at her. In the better version, the email says, Dear Grace, I hope you're having a good day. Can you please help me with question 2 on the homework? I don't understand how to make the buttons change colors when I click on them. Whenever I click the button, the paragraph color changes. So that's a new and improved version. So let's talk about content, right? So content, you need to give complete information. The reader needs to know where, when, who, what, and how. If you don't include all of the relevant information, you will need to send multiple emails instead of just one. So you see how in this first version, I hope you're having a good day. I need your help. Please help me. I don't understand the homework. Grace doesn't know what homework Ellen is working on. So how can Grace help? In the other version, please help me with question 2 on the homework. Now Grace knows, okay, I'm going to look at question 2 so that I can help Ellen. Furthermore, she says, I don't understand how to make buttons change colors when I click on them. So not only does Ellen say which question she's having problems with, she also says, I don't understand how to make the buttons change colors, so that Grace knows exactly how to help. All right, lightning question. What's wrong here? I'll give you a minute to look at this. The email signature. If you pointed at the email signature, you're right. So you need to include your full name in the signature. It's just the standard format, and it lets the reader know who this email is coming from. If you also said that Ellen should have spell checked the first email, you're right. So this version doesn't have thank you spelled correctly, but this one says thanks and it's spelled correctly. All right, so here's a superb example of an email from a student. Hey, Michael, I hope you're having a great day. I will be attending DevLab tomorrow, and I have 2 quick questions. Just to clarify, I do not need to bring a physical copy of the permission slip tomorrow, correct? I submitted the permission slip, so does that mean that I am all set for tomorrow? Also, would you recommend that I bring my own laptop, or will one be provided? Sorry if this email is last minute. Thank you for helping me out, and see you soon. So I would say pause this video and just look at this email to see how the student phrased it. because this is a great example of being specific, of using a greeting, of spell checking and using correct punctuation. So when you're thinking about how to phrase your emails, you can go back and look at this as an example. All right. So for today, we are going to use Gmail to create a professional email account that you will use not only for this year, but continue to use in your career. Your email address should be based on your first and last name. Make sure to use a password that you can remember. You'll have this email address for a long time, so make it something you can remember. If you think you already have a professional email address, you can reach out to, hang on a second. You can reach out to your volunteer or your program manager to see whether your email address will work, okay? In the meantime, let me get rid of this pen. Okay, here. In the meantime, if you know that you need a professional email address, you can go to google.com/gmail and you can click here to create an account. So I'll show you what it looks like when you click create an account. Okay. So here you're going to put your first name in here. You're going to put your last name. This is where you create the username, right? So you're going to have probably your first name and a dot and your last name. And then this is where you'll put your password as something that you remember. Okay, so then today you are going to write a professional email. So you'll write an email to a volunteer and you'll CC your program manager with your new professional email address. And your program manager and your volunteers will have shared their email addresses with you before you watch this video. So just use those email addresses. And then here are some things that you can include in your email. You can ask questions about their jobs. You can ask about their journey, about anything you'd like to know about the tech industry, any specific moments you've enjoyed in this program. What do you wish we would do more of in class? So include any of that in the email. You just need to send one email for this task. All right, so remember, our goal today was to communicate appropriately with a variety of audiences through email. How do you think you will use email to communicate in the future? So think about that. And then before you go into Google Classroom to complete this exit ticket. So the first thing you're going to do is select the scenario where email is least likely to be used. Okay, least likely to be used. All right, so A, contacting Codation about summer coding opportunities. B, contacting a volunteer about a professional update. C, ordering food from your favorite restaurant. Or D, contacting an admissions or hiring officer. Okay, so in Google Classroom, you're going to submit A, B, C, or D. That's the first thing. The second thing is submit your new email address. Okay, that way we'll know that you have created your professional email address. And then finally, there's one more exit ticket. Okay, so look at this email. I'm going to move this out of the way. And name as many things wrong in this email as you can. Okay, so you can pause this video before you go to read this very closely, but how would you fix it? And name all the things that are wrong with it. So you can list out the things that are wrong, and then you can type out a new version of this email to complete the exit ticket. All right, so congratulations. You now have a professional email address. I am so excited for you to enter the world of email and start to email everyone about all the opportunities. And I will see you next time. Bye.